Welcome back, everybody, to the Dairy Aisle. This is your host, Eli. And as always, my co-host, this handsome son of a bitch.
Oh, my! Do I now?
This
I
is
say
where
it?
you say your name,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, we were practicing this before. If you couldn't tell, and I'm James. I'm James.
I'm James. Is that how you spell it? James?
I'm graceful as always. You know what I mean? I'm a swan over here. I'm fucking doing loop-de-loos in the air. I'm fucking swimming around. People want to fuck me. I'm just a swan over here.
Wow. Right? Have you ever seen a swan fly?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It is.
They're very large birds.
They're cobra chickens.
Yeah. Have
They're
you seen
angry.
their teeth?
Well, they're like little razors inside of their mouth.
Terrifying.
Oh, and they have a razor tongue, by the way.
Yeah.
The geese that live outside of my house, all the ones that I call Greg, because I'm lazy, by the way, so all of them are Greg, except for the chicks. We call them.
Dude, there's like 30 fucking geese at all times at his place.
And the girls are called Gregina because we're lazy.
But you can't tell them apart.
At all.
They look the fucking
but
same.
They'll look at you, and sometimes they'll hiss at you. When they hiss, you'll see their tongue, and their tongue is like barbed, but like noticeably.
Do you think that they hiss because they're cats that have been reincarnated into birds as a punishment, but they get to keep their voice?
What would have been their punishment as a cat, though?
You know, just being a bad cat.
But all cats
Not
are
being
dicks.
Yeah, but like be a good cat.
Is that
do
even,
your
due
diligence.
Is that even physically possible to be a good cat?
No, they're murderers.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If it's like domesticated cats were bigger, we'd be dead. 5 share, we'd be dead.
I was gonna say, I was like, so you mean lions and tigers? And I was like, wait a minute,
large
those are wild.
cats. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
Oh,
even
like,
them, they
yeah.
have the same murderous intent as a lion or a
Yeah.
tiger. They just don't have the size.
Right.
Trust me, I've seen cats fucking tap into like their primal.
Dude, they fuck people up. Have you seen that video of the guy that like on Christmas he opens his PS4 and he flips out and the cat just decides like, all right, I'm attacking you now.
Oh, okay, you lost it, so I need to take you out.
Yeah, no,
this is the day I've been waiting for, Tim.
The cat gave him 41 stitches.
Oh my
Like he had a gash on the
God.
side of his temple. He had another one on his jaw and he had another one near his jugular.
You can ask any vet tech. They would rather deal with an unruly dog than an unruly cat. Because a cat will just go feral. And you're just fucked.
They'll start farting and peeing everywhere and yelling
That's
at you.
the least of your worries. They make a noise that you're like,
Oh, I've heard it.
what portal of hell
Did you come
did
from?
you activate that from?
Yeah.
You're just like, that's an old world style fucked up dark place that you're going through right now.
Yeah. No, it really is. They're
Dude,
tapping
it's
into
nuts.
some Lovecraftian fucking powers that they have.
Cats are crazy, dude.
They are ridiculous.
Fucking little more. Oh, so before we get too sidetracked, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with some announcements. All right.
Nice, I'm excited.
Yeah. First and foremost, I have a friend of mine. She is probably one of our biggest fans, and she listens to all our episodes. She gives us feedback.
Love you.
She's fantastic. She just got a promotion at her job. She works at Publix supermarkets.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. The big green, son. Her name's Gaby. Gaby, if you're hearing this, not only do I love you, I am so proud of you.
Congratulations, Gaby.
Woo! Although, our producer, if you're listening, this is a time where you insert congratulatory applauses.
Yeah,
Please and thank you.
and a Mexican-themed bus horn.
Please.
Yeah, specific. Yes, exactly.
Exactly that one, the cucaracha. I'll also take any mariachi noise or band in the background.
As well?
Yes.
Like we're overlaying it?
Yeah. It could
Okay,
be
so you're going to
something-
overlay a Mexican-themed bus horn and a mariachi band. Yeah. While also the sound of confetti, clearly, because this is a celebration.
Does confetti make noise? We'll cover that later.
The poppers. The pops.
Oh, just...
No, the paper doesn't make noise unless you ruffle it, but I don't want to ruffle it.
Or you can hear on an atomic level.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well,
there we go.
There's a
Anyways,
totally different question.
So, Gaby, again, I love you. I'm super proud of you. You've kicked a ton of ass to get where you are, and I just want to tell you again, I'm proud of you. You got exactly what you deserved. Keep kicking ass, and thank you for listening to the podcast.
You're awesome.
You really are.
Congratulations.
Also, her significant other is not gonna not hear about this.
Is not gonna not?
Yeah, not gonna not.
Ooh.
That's a way over the top way of saying she's not gonna stop talking about this for at least a week. And I'm so happy that he gets to listen to it every day.
I hope she listens to it and she's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck it, whatever. Big deal.
She comes up, she's like, why the fuck did you shout me out? I don't need your shit.
I got a text message. She hears it. Why would you put me on blast like that? The fuck?
Why would you put my promotion on blast like that? I didn't want to talk to anyone.
Now everyone's going to be jealous.
This is all a ploy for me to sneak into the government.
God damn. So next up, I saw on iTunes that somebody left us a review, our first.
Ooh.
Yes. So shout out to whoever xSpiiderZz is, and that's xSpiiderZz.
It's a sleepy spider right there.
Apparently, it was on iTunes. They left us 5 stars and gave us like an actual written like review.
Really?
Yes, you should go read
This is
it.
the first I've heard about this. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
I know.
super
we found
excited
out about it like 2 days ago.
Oh wow.
I don't know who this person is, but thank you, because one of the ways that our podcast actually gets a little bit more visibility online, especially on iTunes, because that's basically like the holy land for podcasting, is through ratings and reviews. The more ratings and reviews we have, the higher up we get on the list.
Yeah.
And that means we get more visibility.
And we also love hearing your feedback. Like the fact that you left a review is so helpful to us, because we want to change and evolve in the ways that like entertain you guys. And we do this because it's a creative outlet for us, but we also do it because we want to entertain you. And it's awesome when you guys talk back.
Absolutely.
We want it to be a conversation. We want to talk to you.
And don't just make it like praises and positivity. Like leave us like actual feedback. Like, hey, on this episode, I realized that maybe your audio quality was kind of off. Just, check your settings next time. Like, I really do like your audio quality, or like, I like when you guys do this segment. I don't like it when you do that segment.
Yeah.
This is boring. This is good.
I'm definitely way more interested in, because I think technically we're really good. I'm really interested in like substance opinion. So like,
Yeah.
do you like what we're talking about? Is there anything that you'd like us to talk about that you could like, which way do you want us to kind of
Exactly.
shift it?
Yeah,
I mean, we're always
content.
going to talk about what we want to talk about, but we want to keep you in mind too.
But I don't mind having listeners be like, hey, this is the sort of content I'd like you guys to try out.
I eventually want like a listener topic.
Which we will.
Eventually when we get there, when we have enough people.
And when we get more listener
Listening?
participation.
Once we get a lot of shoppers in this, look, this is a grassroots
Yeah.
grocery store.
This
we're starting out small. We
This
started
is
out
like a dirt road, like
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere.
like it's a little more than a mango stand. That's about where we're at right
We're
now.
not at a general store yet.
Oh Jesus, not even. Oh
We-
Christ, we can't even sell anything that's not produce.
We have just a really nice van,
Produce
and-
and dairy, baby.
and we open the back of the van, and that's where we sell stuff from right now. And we have a couple of nice like stands that we made out of wood that we got at the local hardware
Yeah.
shop, and that's what we made. But one day, with your help, we will have our own.
Yeah, it's gonna be bigger than
grocery.
Publix, baby. It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know
bigger than Publix.
But will the whole place be called the dairy aisle?
Yes.
Do we only sell dairy products?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure because that's gonna be really confusing. I wish you people could see his face right now. It's infuriating.
What?
I'm gonna beat him with this microphone.
Dude, speaking of, we went to and really quick. Thank
Thank you, by the way, for brushing off a death threat so nonchalantly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those don't bother me at all. So you're not the first. So we went to the Florida Keys outlet. Vinny took contention with this because it's not in the Florida Keys. It's in Florida City.
Yeah, that's not.
It's so we get there and it's like, wait, this isn't the fucking Florida Keys outlet. This is a Florida City outlet. And I was like, well, it's probably marketing, right? Would you rather go to the Florida City outlet or would you rather go to the Florida Keys outlet?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather go to the Florida Keys. You know what I mean? But
In their defense, it's on the way to the Keys.
it was improperly named. It is on the way to the Keys.
I mean, in the same
But the
way.
Keys are pretty far from it.
Right, but that's fucked up because that's in the same way as saying like I'm gonna put the New York City outlet, but I'm gonna put it on US 1 northbound right by I-95. Be like, technically it's in the same direction.
You know, it'll get there eventually.
Bastards.
Man, let me tell you though, that outlet, fucking deals.
Yeah,
Do you guys like deals?
I like deals.
Well, you came to a fucking great place
Yeah,
because we love deals here.
it's great. Nothing
There
but
were
deals.
so many good deals. Dude, we got 5 pairs of shoes, $100
That's it.
for brand name shoes. And not like Fucci and Pabitas. Like Gucci and Adidas.
And Mikey.
Well, not Gucci. I'm not flexing that hard.
No.
I'm not nearly flexing that hard.
Gotta get you some Versace sneakers
For snatchies.
for snatchy.
Yo, give me some of them for snatchies. Is that a Versace belt buckle? Oh, snazzy.
Snatchy. Shut the fuck up.
For snatchy shoes?
What would be the one for Gucci? Fucci.
Fucci or Nucci?
I like Fucci though.
Poochie?
I feel like that means they make all their stuff out of dogs.
Douchey?
Ducci.
And Ducci?
Versnatchy and Ducci.
Poli and Babana?
Roach.
Roach? Poach?
CBDB Hank Azaria.
What?
Wasn't there one that used to be called like BCVG, like
What?
Max something?
BCVG?
No.
That sounds like a disease from like the
That does.
Congo.
What the fuck?
BCVG.
I was talking to Millie about this the
BCVG.
other day, and we were talking about like how Game of Thrones names, some of them sound like some sort of fungus.
Like
I went
who?
to the doctor, got a really bad case of Daenerys Targaryen. It's really flaring up.
Oh, I got some fucking Mormont underneath my
Oh,
toenail.
God.
Oh, Jesus. It's just green. Oh, that's awesome.
So the other big announcement now that we're walking away from that, today is a very special day. Today is
Okay.
Molly's 13th birthday.
I want horns here.
Horns?
Producer, I want horns. I want
Oh,
glorious
Vuvuzelas.
royal celebration horns. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Molly is our Pekingese. She's the queen of the house. She runs this place. She is a 13-year-old Pekingese, which I believe she's actually like half Pekingese, half Japanese chin.
She's half Pekingese, half Lickitung. Listen,
She is
the
a
one
half
thing you need to
Lickitung.
know about this pic. Her tongue is far too long for her little mouth,
You mean for her little skull?
for her little everything.
Also, sorry for not.
So
muting
it's
my
you're
fucking
fine,
phone.
dude. It's okay. You're just a fucking disrespectful asshole, and that's but that's what it is.
I
And it's
try.
okay, and I'm okay with it.
I try.
It's okay. I'm not mad at you. It's not mad. It's just you don't care about this, like
At all. Zero.
You don't like me or what we do.
In fact, get the fuck out of my house.
But
Insert
yeah,
footsteps.
her little tongue can't fit in her mouth,
It's always sticking out.
and it's literally the most adorable
We call
kawaii Japanese thing I've ever
We
seen.
call it the piece of ham because it always looks like a little
piece of ham.
It does.
Oh, like a little lunchable piece of ham. Where they make the crackers,
So
the
good.
cheese.
Oh god.
Ooh.
She's so adorable.
Now, producer, I want you to insert a Japanese woman saying "sugoi" here.
No.
What? We're drawing lines already?
If she can even
Sugoi.
find it, I'll give you. If she can even find it,
Oh, she can find
we'll figure out a way to put it in. Maybe. She gets final say on post.
I'm
so.
just getting as ridiculous as I possibly can.
'Cause now the
until she
whole-
tells me to go. Until she just the only thing she inserts is "go fuck yourself."
James.
Go fuck yourself.
That's right. She's gotta have to insert someone singing that.
Like Celine Dion. Oh, can we get Celine to sing it? What are we charting at? We can get her on the podcast.
I'll reach out. I'll find out if we can
We
get
can
her.
get Celine on the podcast.
Just for a random interview, though.
I would love to interview Celine Dion.
Can you
Well,
imagine?
super interesting, right? Think
Like,
about her
of all
life.
People.
Huh?
Think of all people to interview. That'd be incredible.
Fuck yeah, dude. She's a powerful lady.
We could throw in our announcer voice too. Ladies and gentlemen, from Canada
Ladies and gentlemen.
and somewhere in the Titanic,
From the Great White North.
the Great White North.
Introducing number 26.
At point guard. Dun 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 dun. Wait a minute.
She has to come out in a gown, but like an NBA gown.
But the gown is
It looks
made
like
of
a
NBA
jersey,
jerseys.
yeah. She has to be wearing LeBrons
She plays for at that
with
point
a diamond encrusted headband.
she would have to play for the Toronto.
But she, like LeBron, would have to have her hair pushed back. Her hairline would have to be halfway
At the
back
top
on
of her head.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm okay if it's
she has to play for the
prosthetic.
Raptors. By the way,
We're
It has
getting
to be
way
a
off
Raptors
topic.
Jersey gown.
So his dog's birthday is
it's today, so
Today.
she's turning 13. So we'll hopefully. I think we're either gonna get her like a cupcake or something tonight.
Oh, that's adorable. Little doggy cupcake.
Yeah.
We
Well,
used
no,
to
we
do-
get
we
we
used
get
to
her
do
like
doggy
human cupcakes because they can have them.
Oh.
Yeah, but she doesn't eat the actual cupcake. Her big thing is the frosting.
Oh, okay, so she's a frosting whore.
Yeah, she's a
Nice.
little frosty girl.
Frost slut.
I wouldn't call her that, but sure.
Yeah, an icing queen, huh?
The icing queen, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little bit less rough than.
Dirty little
Frosty.
ice spreader.
Nah, you know I'm uncomfortable now.
Yeah, a little sweet liquor. A
I'm gonna
little
leave now. I'm
sugar.
gonna turn off my
A little
mic.
sugar
Actually,
hooker.
what the fuck, you get out of my house. Fuck, I'm leaving my own house and shit.
Congratulations to Molly.
Shout out
for
to Molly.
turning 13. That's a
Even
fucking
though
big
she-
achievement
I
for
don't
a
know.
pup.
I don't know if she listens to this podcast.
She fucking better. Your
maybe.
family. What the fuck?
So yeah, that's it for
I expect you to
announcements.
listen. Well, that was I like having announcements, especially because we're doing it bi-weekly for
Yeah.
now.
Also, we're really sorry for missing the mark on the last episode. Is
Yeah.
that we had the meeting.
Also,
and that,
listen.
that felt like a fucking episode.
Listen, everyone. We apologize. I'm apologizing for us right now if we ever do miss like a specific day. We're gonna try to be very good on social media about letting you know if there's a delay. But our life is still like also very busy. We have a lot of other things to do. We try to fit in, a time every single week to sit down and record the podcast. But because life is life,
Yeah.
there are going to be weeks where it shifts days. That was one of those weeks. We had the meeting. It was really important. It was a great meeting.
It was very productive.
We talked about futures. We talked about what we liked, what we didn't.
Yeah. Well, we
You
got
know,
some big stuff coming to the
blew each
to
other a
the
little bit. It was
podcast.
great.
What?
Huh? What happened?
What'd you say?
We have a lot of stuff down the pipeline.
We do.
We're laying down so much pod pipe.
Laying all
Coming.
the pod pipe.
So much pod pipe is getting laid.
It's ridiculous. Major league pipe layers.
Oh, dude, we're some hot and heavy, hairy pipe layers. We are just laying the podcast piping.
You're not wrong.
Oh, you could call us plumbers.
I mean, I do work in the plumbing department.
Ooh,
Literally.
that's where you learn to lay pipe in plumbing.
A lot of really ugly guys
In plumbing?
in my department.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
plumbing was the suave aisle of the orange box.
No, you know what? I got to tell you, at my store, I'd argue that probably the best looking people work at, obviously, customer service.
Wow.
Even though there are some fucking bridge trolls that work there, God help them, and I love them, but wow. My God.
Fate was not kind.
Whatever car accident they got into, the car
Oh,
was
Jesus
literally made of ugly
Christ.
sticks.
Do you like these people?
They're as people, yes.
They're all
As
right.
visual representations.
They could go if they needed to. All right, so those are announcements. So we're going to probably do announcements when we have announcements,
I mean,
which
we'll
is going to be every time, I
We'll
think.
try to have announcements. Some of them are not
Where
going to
am I?
be monumental, but also, are we going to add the thing at the beginning of the episode for this one? Are we going to have that edited in for this one?
I would like to. I can send Millie the file. She can throw it in there.
Okay. Let's not say what it is, because I want the listeners to, if we can put it in, they're going to notice when they listen to the episode.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it like 15 minutes in, but
That's fine.
we should have talked about it at the top.
Whatever.
It's okay. You guys talk about it.
We're always at the top, baby.
we're always starting something. Always starting something over here.
All right. So prior to us recording, you told me you had
Yeah,
something
so I
to
had two
talk
moments,
about.
right? Okay, so I had two moments that led me to this topic I really want to talk about because I think
Right.
it's really interesting,
Okay.
and it's definitely one of those wheeling and dealing topics we can go in.
Go for it.
So I went. This is gonna sound bad, but I went day drinking yesterday, and I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, I had to fart, and I did it. Millie can leave that in or take it out. It's on her. So, yesterday, Christy and I went for her coworker's birthday. She likes to do what's called darties, right? For people who are unfamiliar with this term, it is a day party. And her birthday always falls during Memorial Day weekend. So, darty kind of makes sense. People are partying during the week anyway. During the day anyway for Memorial Day. Big event. So, we went to Wynwood and got significantly hammered during the day. We drank from noon to like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We had a good time. It was great. We had a really good time. It got a little debaucherous, so we decided to leave. But on the way, we stopped into like a CBD shop because they were like, "You want free CBD popsicle samples?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, let's do that.
I'll take as many as you have.
I'll take all your free CBD popsicles." No, but this place was really cool. They were handing out stickers. And they're like, "We have free samples." We're like, "Okay, cool."
What was the name of the place?
Ooh, I had a sticker from it
Yeah, you did.
that I have. Okay, I will give you a shout out on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
We'll
That
shout out
works.
on Instagram.
Sure.
I'm so sorry. I genuinely forgot the name.
Okay.
I was very drunk.
That's a good
so-
excuse, though.
Yeah, so we walk in there for the samples, and then I see the most beautiful bowl. It is a space-themed bowl.
Space theme, really?
Oh, all the planets, the whole solar system is encrusted around the bowl. With it acts like the planets act as like a holding space, so your hand doesn't get hot.
Ooh, okay.
Very nice long dry pipe with like a galaxy background on it,
Sweet.
and then the sun on
Mhm.
the head of the bowl.
That's
Very
dope.
nice. $85. It was a work of art. We bought it.
And is
Impulse buy.
it? Do you know if it's like single blown or double blown or?
You've already gone deeper into the glass blowing knowledge scape that I
From
don't
my
know.
days in high school,
You blew glass in high school?
No, but I had friends who were really into smoking the weed, as it is called. And I remember
Lots
hearing
of
a bunch
H's
of
in there.
times, and eventually I asked, because I was just like, the hell are you people talking about? Was, what is single and double? Like, what is the difference?
Yeah.
And they were basically telling me that, like, as far as I can remember, I believe if it's single blown, it's very, like, thin glass, but it's very light.
Oh, no, double blown for sure.
And double blown is the one that's, like, you could beat someone to death with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no. You could throw this in an intruder and it would do some damage.
Right, okay, yeah,
no,
got
it's
it.
good. It's a good double blown then.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, I like double blown then.
Did it set you back a lot?
85.
Okay.
But
But
to
do
be
you think
honest,
it's worth it though?
it was artistry. Like
Okay.
it's really,
It's just pretty to look at.
no, it looks really nice. It's like a cool thing to smoke out of.
All right, word.
Because I smoke tobacco out of it, mixed with a lot of weed. And then, so I bought that, and I was like, oh, my space theme, I love it. And then I was on Twitter, and there was a headline about NASA wanting to colonize the moon by 2020, the end of 2020.
2024 is when we're heading back.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
There's
well,
an actual. We will. I will.
This
see if
article.
we
This
can link
article
it.
said 2020. We want to start doing things on the moon at some capacity.
Well, the goal is to set up a permanent moon base by 2024.
Okay.
With an orbital platform
Awesome.
around the moon to assist with future trips to Mars.
We're slowly turning into a Gundam-based future, and I'm.
I mean,
totally okay with it.
listen. If we can have Gundams before I die,
Oh my god!
as an old
okay,
man,
but
I'm
so
all about it.
I read this and I was like, oh shit, space theme. They're going obviously to have specific people who go to that base, right? They're looking for specific things. You're gonna have to apply. But my question to you, if you had the opportunity to go colonize the moon, would you go, and why?
do I have to live there permanently?
And what do you think life on the moon would be like?
Okay. Do I have to live there permanently?
It depends on,
Or is this like a...
it depends on the physical strain that the moon would have on you, right? So I know going to Mars, even if you were to be in a similar atmosphere within a building,
Mhm.
within like a facility on the Mars surface,
Right.
there's a certain aspect of your body that gets accustomed to like the different atmosphere. It's like slightly different from Earth. It's not the
Yes.
exact same.
Because it doesn't have the same oxygen and nitrogen mixture that we have here.
So apparently it would make it either very difficult from what I've seen or impossible to come back to Earth's atmosphere. So it's a one-way ticket. I don't know if these same restrictions apply to moon-based colonization. I would assume that it would be different because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere, right? So you don't have that factor. But I don't know how it would affect.
Okay, so...
But let's say you're not coming back. You go to the moon.
This is permanent.
You're going to the moon.
Okay.
Your new home is moon.
Can I bring family? Or I'm solo there? Like, I'm there by myself.
You can bring family.
You can bring family.
You can bring your family. Because
Okay.
you're colonizing.
Mhm.
You have to go first, and then your family comes after. So you
Right.
have to go
And set
to
up.
initiate, settle,
Okay.
like
So-
set up everything. And once everything is settled, family comes.
Alrighty. So would I go and why?
Would you go? Why? And what do you think it would be like? I have a lot of questions I want to ask
Okay.
your thoughts on. Because this is something that I feel like you think about a lot.
I do.
And that you read about a lot. And
I'm a big space nerd.
you are. And when I thought about it, I was like, oh man, this is like something we could definitely fall down a rabbit hole with.
I'm already in love with this topic.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to change it up on you a little bit.
Okay.
What do
go
I
for
think it would be like?
Yeah, you can start there.
So the moon is a very strange place in that we have one of the largest moons in terms of like moon size to planet size
Mhm.
ratio in our solar system.
Yeah.
We're also one of the only planets, I think we're the only planet that has one moon. We have one satellite around us, right? There are several others that have things that might not even be considered a moon.
Mhm.
Look at Mars, Phobos. Phobos is basically just a fat asteroid. You know, that's it. It just somehow got caught in Mars' gravitational field and was like, all right, I'm just going to chill here then.
That's a moon.
But
as long as it's orbiting you, it's a moon.
yeah, but Phobos is also not. It's not in a decaying orbit. It's in a decent like geosynchronous orbit. It's never
Mhm.
going to leave. So the moon is a weird place. It's only got 17% of Earth's gravity,
Mhm.
so about a third.
Zero
Something?
atmospheric protection.
Yeah, none whatsoever. To put that into perspective, if you weigh 200 pounds on Earth, you are about like 34, 35 pounds on the moon,
Mhm.
more or less. You're really light.
Yeah, spacewalk's
Okay.
fun.
Right. Now, I would presume that if we're colonizing the moon, we're going to have some sort of, like habitable
Artificial-
zones.
Yeah, an artificial gravity.
Right, where inside it's an airlock with, there's oxygen and stuff like that.
It's pressurized. It's
Exactly.
It's
And
trying to mimic the Earth's
That's to some
atmosphere
way, yeah.
as best as it can.
Right. So,
I'm sorry, I just cleared my throat into the mic. I just realized I did it, and I'm like, oh, you're listening to this. I'm
you're
so
listening
sorry.
to everything inside
Now
of
I'm
my
the
mouth.
disrespectful, rude boy. I'll see myself out.
Click, click, click. So,
Yeah. So what do you
The-
think being there?
the moon is a very interesting place. There's no atmosphere, so you're constantly being bombarded by solar radiation.
Mhm.
The moon does not rotate; it's in a fixed position. So the side of the moon that you're on will always be facing either into space, at the sun, or at Earth forever.
Unless it's affected by something else.
Which would be
Which
catastrophic.
would knock it. Yeah, it would knock it out of its orbit anyway.
It's like almost, I don't know. I want to say it's like 300 to 500 degrees in the daylight, minus 200 in the shade.
Yeah.
It's an intense place, you know, but you're in outer space. You're basically on a big rock.
I mean, you wouldn't be outside. You'd have like a habitable.
Yes, but you
shelter.
do have to go out onto the surface occasionally to do
in
stuff.
A suit. You're gonna be in a fucking
but still, it's
suit.
Even in a suit in the daytime, you have a limit to how long you can be out there.
For sure,
There's only so much the suit can take. It's from what I've read and the accounts that I've heard, you know, via YouTube and archive footage of the astronauts. The moon's surface is made of like a talcum powder, almost sort of substrate. It's not really sand, but it's not like a literal powder either. It is very firm. Like once you pack it, it's very firm. There are lots of rocks everywhere. Lots of, as they say, debris or debris.
It's one big rock.
It is one gigantic rock, but it's also been straight shotgun blasted by every meteorite, both micro and large, you know, possible. There are gigantic craters. There are tiny craters. There's deep ones. There's shallow ones.
I mean, we would definitely. I think the dust settlement will go in a crater.
More than likely, it would probably be
to
best
protect you from radiation, probably, right?
To some degree,
try to choose the best.
Right, you want to like kind of like dig it into a crater, so that you're Now the moon. There's strange things that have been said about the moon. Some astronauts have said that when landing on the moon, it rang almost like a bell.
Oh, so like it's hollow?
There's a belief that it is mainly hollow to some degree or another, in that it has no core. There's some beliefs that the moon is actually a chunk of Earth that flew off during the creation of Earth. Something hit it that was very large, and the chunk that got spalled off eventually rotated.
Which basically turned our planet into like a molten ball of mush.
Of just nothingness, yeah.
To break off a piece that large,
from
you
which
would need
nothing
to turn
survived.
everything into molten core.
So the moon's a weird thing.
But what do you think
I think
life
it
would
would
be like in the settlement? Like, what do you think your daily life would be like?
I think it would
as a moon settler.
I think it like after the initial period of like, oh my god, I'm in the heavens. It would
be a very routine based life, I believe.
It would, but that's what's necessary to be a settler. You have to have a routine, and that
you have
routine,
to establish. Yeah, you have to
the
establish
routine
rules.
builds structure. The structure builds order. Order builds habitability.
Now,
habitability. There we go. That's how you say it.
Now, here's a question. It's a routine, but you're separated from mainland Earth.
Yeah, from home.
Right? There's no one, or people from Earth can decide to tell you anything they want, but you don't have to follow it. Now, how do you think the political kind of social aspects of living in a settlement so far removed, where like you're not, like how does that go? Does someone get like fucking weird with power? Does it stay very communal? Like, how does it work up on the moon?
Animals are pack. humans are pack animals. We're a herd-based species. We don't like being alone. We don't deal.
Yeah, we're social creatures for sure.
Yeah, we don't deal well with separation and with isolation at all. In fact, it's detrimental to our mental health.
Well, it takes 15 minutes in isolation
to
in
start
prison
like,
to start losing
fucking you. Yeah.
You immediately start going crazy.
Yeah.
Starts affecting you.
You know, I think once you get over the initial, like I said, like the like, oh my god, I'm on the moon, like that kind of a deal, you kind of get to the task at hand, and I feel like the people that would qualify to go up there are the kind of people who, when they're given a task, do or die, that task is getting done, because they realize that they're playing the long game. Like, yeah, it's this task that I'm doing, 3 times a day, every day for the next 2 years. But the end game means that at the end, like the last time I do this task, this is what it produces, basically. Now,
and they also have a mission, right? And they know how important that mission is.
Right. No, and you have an overall mission. Within that mission, you're going to have different parameters and different objectives. And within those mission objectives, you are going to be able to have some leeway on how you do things. I would likely believe that the first people we send up there are going to be engineers, scientists,
doctors,
people who are experts in construction and logistics,
engineering,
all that kind of stuff. Civil engineers, electrical.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All that stuff. We are going to need to set up infrastructure.
You're going to need to dig into the moon.
You're also
probably have to drill down and see if it's hollow. If it really is, if there's a
I mean,
room,
the upside,
you have to see what you're building on.
The upside to the moon is that
once we
get there, we can power everything we need with what's on the moon. The moon has something called helium-3, which is like super abundant in the universe, but specifically on the moon. And the return versus like waste ratio is amazing.
Really?
Like, yeah. Helium-3 is like, it's incredible. Like if we could figure out a way to like use helium-3 to power like
cultivate it.
Yeah. Like if we could cultivate it for like powering cars and power plants down here, that's it. Like we basically solved all our energy needs. We're carbon neutral like to the max.
Soup scooch.
But the problem is getting it off the moon, getting it here and using it. And unfortunately
and the expense that is.
Well, yeah, but when you consider that like helium-3 is a finite resource on the moon, like the more you take from the moon, the more you decrease the mass of the moon, and now you're fucking with tides and shit on Earth. And that's a problem. So
it's the most dangerous step for a civilization.
Apparently. It is. Well, because I think that famous physicist Michio Kaku said that I don't even think we're a type 0 civilization yet.
No, we're type 1.
No, I think what was type 1? I think type 1 is being able to traverse your own solar system. Like with people. No. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to find out. But I remember his talk on, I think it was a TED Talk.
It was, type 0 is like a base society.
I'll tell you right now.
Type 1 is being able to control the elements of your home planet. Like have more control over the natural.
The Kardashev scale is a method of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement based on the amount of energy a civilization is able to use. The breakup of the scale is type 1, also called a planetary civilization, can use and store all of the energy available on its planet. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're getting there. As we move away from...
I feel like we're trying to skip to type 2, which is...
Okay, so type 2
which is a multi-planet.
A stellar civilization. Yeah. Can harness the total energy of its planet's parent star. The most popular hypothetical concept, one of my favorites, is a Dyson sphere, which is basically an orb that's around your star and you suck up all the energy. I think we're like type 0 learning to be a type 1, but he said, and I agree with him, that jump from type 0 to type 1 is one of the most dangerous ones. Like that can be the scariest end one. Yeah, because once you figured out
power.
Yeah, well, once you figured out how to use all your planet's energy, the next jump is just upping the ante. Like, okay, well now I just got a new planet. I need a new planet. It's my planet. Earth is my planet.
Is that how I said it? Planet.
No, but that's how I like to say planet. Malibu's most wanted. Earth is my planet. So to go back to your question.
So the moon.
What would it be like? It would be ridiculous. And I mean that in the best possible sense because you're in the heavens. Like
you're doing spacewalks.
In front of you is daylight like you've never experienced before. And your home is in front of you. Like I can see planet Earth. I can see this beautiful blue, white, and green and brown marble in front of me. And my home is right there. Like I can reach out and touch it almost. And behind me is the infinity of the cosmos behind me. I can turn around and see more stars than my brain can probably handle. Yeah. Like an innumerable amount of white dots. It literally looks like somebody took a fucking blank sheet, poked a bunch of holes in it, and put it over a light.
Damn.
And I don't think without proper training or adjustment that you as a person, I don't think you can handle that. Used to it? I mean, there's the astronaut during the Gemini and the Apollo missions. One of the first astronauts that ever did a spacewalk got in trouble because he literally wouldn't want to come back into the capsule.
Like he was like, I'm not coming back in.
He's like, oh, this view is amazing. Gene Cernan, one of the last man to land on the moon, when he was, I think, in one of the first Apollo missions where they were learning how to like capsule to capsule, like meet up and do all their cool space shit. Yeah. He got in a bunch of trouble because he just kept taking photos and like talking about everything that he was seeing. Yeah, like he was romanticizing space travel, and he got in trouble with NASA, and he told NASA to go fuck off, which is great.
I'm in space right now, and I'm never coming back here.
That's it. I'm literally
never coming back here.
Me and He-Man are out of here. So it would be incredible. Now, I don't know if emotionally I would have enough of an adjustment period before I could start doing my job where I'm like, oh my God. I'm in space. I live on the moon. Oh my God, I'm a moon man. Oh my God, I'm the man on the moon. Oh my God. However, I don't think that I could live there forever. I don't think so either. Not because it would affect me physically or mentally, but because, and I know this is going to sound dumb, but just hear me out. Earth is the only planet I've ever known. I was not born. None of us were born into a civilization that has colonized other planets and has other places to call home. Carl Sagan said that in the future, once we've started to colonize other planets and human civilization has spread out amongst the stars, they will still look back on Earth and see that of all the humans in the universe, they all come from there. They all come from Earth.
That's home world.
That's home. That's where we come from. That's where we began. And I don't know if I could leave my home like that. You know, like
it's terrifying to think.
Also, listen, I am 150 million% in support of this mission.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Go NASA.
I think it's important. And I think they're
the
doing
builders
important
of,
things. Yes.
They're the builders of dreams.
They are.
100%. We haven't, I think as a nation, and even more so, dare I say, a planet, I don't think we've had a reason to dream in a long time. I think the last time we had a reason to dream was when we went to the moon. And the fact that we're going back now and a new generation gets to have that adventure, and fact that they get to stand.
I think there was I think the generation right after World War II, after such a bloody, long, like just arduous conflict, there was like this almost like this renaissance of innovation and pride. Like, I mean, like the Hoover Dam is built after World War II.
National parks see an explosion because they've been established before by Teddy Roosevelt. But like,
dude, we start planning missions to the moon. Like space travel becomes a thing.
The U.S. National Highway System starts to get built. Earth Day gets founded. The
San
EPA
Francisco
gets founded.
Bridge. When does the San Francisco Bridge go up?
I think the 60s. The
60s, right?
60s.
You have these modern marvels that we like. Because like those people dared to dream, and I feel like people like Elon Musk with SpaceX, and I feel like SpaceX's reusable rocket technology in partnership with NASA can do a lot of good. If NASA's probably working on the same technology, but like the fact that he already figured it out, if they can partner in some way, shape, or form, imagine like regular travel between the moon and Earth.
I'm gonna stop you right there. The Golden Gate Bridge was built in 1937.
Oh.
So they killed it
before World War II.
Yeah, they killed it. They showed the world what we could do.
They were like, "What's up? Let's go to
war." I got a big red bridge, bitches.
That's like during the Depression.
I think the Depression was like the 20s and like the beginning of the 30s. No,
the 20s is the Roaring 20s.
The Roaring 20s.
That's
which we all know how well that ended.
That's credit card debt and the run on the bank, baby. Woo! We got all the money up in this bitch, or well, the lack thereof it.
Yeah, but I agree with you though that like it's dope that like this generation has people like Elon Musk, and
they're dreamers.
They are dreamers, but they're dreamers that are doing shit, you know, like in their own way.
Well, they're real dreamers.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
They're innovators, and they're doing the kind of shit
entrepreneurs.
Like the kind of shit that we built with Legos and Connects and stuff like that, and we dreamed of, and we like drew on our stupid little sketch pads when we were kids. They were like, what if we just do that for real this time?
Yeah. What if I'm a super genius? And
I love that our generation specifically has like the ones that actually give a shit, because there's a lot of them that don't.
Every generation has ones that don't.
They have this mentality of why not?
Yeah.
Like someone looked at a rocket and said like what if we bring it back, or why can't we bring it back? But like, well, why can't we bring it back? Why not? Let's do it.
It's a dare to dream.
Right. And listen, our generation, for the most part, we were, and it's been said online in a million of these dumb fucking inspirational Instagram pictures and fucking Reddit posts and shit, but it's true. Our generation was born too late to explore the planet and too soon to explore the stars. But we can still explore our mind, which is why I love that there's been this big push over the last few years for, you know, more outward appreciation of mental health and caring for one another emotionally and mentally.
Study,
yeah. Because the reality is that like you and me will likely not live long enough to see us like reach another solar system.
No, I don't need to be.
But I know that we'll get there.
We're in a very exciting moment.
We are.
In time where
it's the first time that we're actively saying like, no, we're going to colonize a solar system.
Well, and we're
little by little.
And no, but we're also becoming very global. Like there's a lot of people like, and I understand globalism is like a really like weird thing that is very far off and not attainable at this very moment. No. But without people realizing it or not, like we are so much more globally oriented.
We are. Right
now. Like there's a reason that war is something that like most countries, if not all, really want to avoid for the most part.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's just not profitable.
No,
Like,
we
it doesn't
talked
make
about
sense.
this. We talked about this. That the
Yeah.
only thing that comes out of war is innovation.
Exactly.
Which, by the way,
Well,
what?
I think countries go to war in sneaky ways all the time.
Oh, they do. But I mean, like, before we continue, because I know it sounded very poetic about us going to. Sorry, I had a hiccup.
You're having a lot of gastrointestinal distress over there.
It's the water.
Oh, that fucking water, heavy
Yeah,
water.
cold water, heavy water. That's it.
cold.
You know, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a really good video on this called "Why We Stop Dreaming," and he talks about, like why we stop going to the moon, or why people stop caring. And it's a like super valid point too. Is that like we didn't go to the moon because we were dreamers and because we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be super great. We went to the moon because we were at war. Like we needed the high ground over the Russians at the time.
Yeah, it was
And
basically a technological Cold War.
Right, and that's why it's called the space race.
Yeah.
But we didn't go there for some fucking pragmatic, like, oh my
Star
god.
Wars.
Yeah. Like, no. We went there because we wanted to have the ultimate high ground. Who has more high ground than the dude on the moon?
Well,
Now-
isn't space considered a neutral zone? That's like a.
It is, but I mean, back then.
It's just because no one can claim it.
Listen, the Russians put Sputnik in the sky and people lost their fucking minds.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, it's new.
Also, by the way, Sputnik, I learned, means fellow traveler. And people were still like, nope, that's got a nuclear bomb in it. That's going to kill us all.
It means fuck America.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Sputnik it's actually a pretty poetic name. It's nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
And so, we lost our
fun word to
minds
say.
collectively, and we said, we got to go to the moon right now.
Right meow.
Right now. And we went. And I think once we got there and we saw that we could do it, it was like no holds barred.
It was like, wait, hold on. We didn't realize.
let's
that this
just
was
keep doing this.
Fucking crazy.
And we basically made a fucking habit out of it. From Apollo 11 landing there to Apollo 17, we made a habit of going to the moon.
Oh yeah, that was like our pastime. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna go to the moon again.
We're
Okay,
going to the
cool.
moon this week again? Fuck. All right, cool, I guess.
Now I think as far as we go is like the International Space Station. Is
Yeah.
As far as we go.
But like that's another thing. Some people are like, it's a space station. And I'm not going to lie. Being a space fan, I'm very sometimes like, meh, about the International Space Station. But like all
I
things.
would go to the International Space Station in a heartbeat.
Right, I would too. But
Oh,
that's
for
the thing is
sure.
that like when you break it down and you think about it, like I have a literal orbital science lab just floating around my planet
Yeah.
at like 19,000 miles an hour.
Yep.
And I can see it from the surface of my planet.
It's things like that that make me look at the human race and go, fuck, man.
We got this. We can
Like,
do this.
We're doing it. I know we can fuck up a lot. And, like,
And we do.
social culturally,
we fuck
it's
up
like
hard.
it's fucked. But God, there's some parts of our race that are really getting it right. Like
They
our
are.
species that are doing it. You know,
We're doing it.
and I love it. Like I love the fact that we have that. I love the fact that we're there. And I also, as fucked as a lot of things are right now, I think we can argue about a lot of things because we have the time and luxury to argue about a lot of things that normally wouldn't matter in like a more tense situation,
Sure.
right? In a more like dire situation.
Yeah. Imagine if we were in a global war right now.
Or just imagine if our biggest concern was like famine because like
Because we live in a
there
third
was
world
some kind
country.
of nuclear winter or we live
something
in a third
horrible.
world country.
Right.
Really quick to go back to the moon. Now, eventually,
Mm-hmm.
this happens. People go up there.
Right.
You could take your family.
Right.
You live there. That's what
Which,
you
by
do.
the way, to solidify that, 3 things. Living on the moon would be nuts.
it would be crazy. You'd want to come back.
I'd want to come back, but I ultimately don't want to go. Like, if I get to go and visit and just be there, like, if it was a contract
Like a
thing-
tourist.
No. If it's like a contract thing, like, Eli, you're going over there for 6 months. You're going to be on the moon for 6 months,
Okay.
work, and then you come back
You have
to
to install electrical pads on all the fucking kitchenware. Or whatever.
Exactly. Do
Who
whatever you
gives a
need
shit?
to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
We'll contract you out, but you're going to be there for 6 months, and then you come back and you live on Earth for 2 years, and then you go back for 6
Oh
months.
fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Can you take your family? No.
No, because it's 6 months.
It's 6 months. Stay here, But I think by that time, it would also be, how can I put this? I think if we did that, where there's like a rotational crew that
Yeah.
goes to the moon, stays there for a certain amount of
So
time.
you're never stuck there if
and-
that's
right.
a possibility.
That's one of those things that drives innovation. Like, you think Skype and FaceTime is good now?
Oh
Ima-
yeah, for
Can
sure.
you imagine the drive to innovate so I could Skype and FaceTime you from the moon?
Because you'd need to have
Which, by the way,
communication.
for those of you listening that complain sometimes when your cell phone reception isn't good or your fucking text message doesn't get sent
Fucking
fast
Louis
enough,
CK bit.
fuck you, okay? I'm sorry that the fucking data that you just beamed into fucking space to hit a satellite to bounce back to someone else in a completely different fucking zip code or country didn't go fast enough. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, what's the rest of Louis C.K.? But he's like, oh, if it's not good, make yours.
Yeah, make your own
He's
fucking
make
satellite.
Your own satellite.
Launch that bitch.
Oh, does it not work? Because you don't have any
Intelligence
anything
or any
to
fucking
add to this? Okay, cool.
Yeah, shut
Have
the
a great
fuck
day.
up and enjoy. Idiots.
It's so funny because like, there's also the argument of like, if you made something to work a certain way, make it so it works that way.
Right. Which
But it's
I get.
also like, what the fuck are you adding to this, you dick?
Yeah, you're not somewhere with a fucking computer in some command center like, hey, hold on, this isn't, we need to fix this.
So really quick, one more thing about the moon. Imagine now,
Mm-hmm.
it's 5 years in.
Okay.
We've been on the moon for 5 years.
We have a
family.
colony.
We have a colony. There's families up there.
Okay.
Baby born on the moon.
Are they an earthling? Or are they a moon baby?
They're a moon baby.
They're a moon baby.
They're not born. They're not born.
Well, hold on. No, wait. Technically, if the moon base is created, let's say, by NASA, NASA is an American organization.
No, for sure. No, they would be an American citizen immediately, I'm assuming.
But but you're an American citizen, but you're not an earthling. If you're not an earthling, how can you be an American
Can that baby
citizen?
even come to the earth?
Can that baby come to the earth?
Yeah, it was
If it was
conceived and born in a different atmosphere.
No, not really. Because remember that living inside of the colony would have to simulate to like an almost 100% like mimicry of Earth's atmosphere.
So why can't you come back from Mars?
I don't know.
Because there's a reason that you know there is. It's if you colonize Mars, you're done. Like you can't come back.
Well, no, I think it's if you.
I think I read that
if
somewhere.
You
I might be
I think if
shit.
you like terraform Mars, the distance from the sun and where it is in space, I feel like would have something to do with the different composition of its atmosphere, like the gaseous atmosphere.
Yeah, but if you're recreating your own atmosphere on the planet,
But that's the whole point: is that you want to be able to have astronauts that come back at some point.
I don't know if you can. Okay, look.
Why couldn't you?
Here,
though,
really
if
quick.
we think about it,
If you because we might get a lot of stuff wrong because we're
We
dumb
probably
sometimes.
will.
We sound smart sometimes, but we're really dumb.
it's mimicry. That's all
So
it is.
if there is a fact checking moment,
Mhm.
or there is like if we say something wrong, DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, but like, hey, by the way, you're
Yeah.
wrong, and this is why. Cite your fucking sources.
Yeah, but yeah, let us know. But let us know if we are wrong, and maybe you can go to Mars and come back and fucking do
Well,
whatever
that's
you
my
want.
argument: is that if I go to Mars, right, and I set up a colony on Mars, right, it's
Mhm.
pressurized, it mimics the atmosphere of Earth. The only time I'm not in there is when I'm in the space capsule that dropped me there,
Okay.
and outside on the Martian surface on my way to the door of my little capsule, like my little pod area where I live. But other than that, I'm in space.
You're in a controlled atmosphere. I don't
Yeah.
understand either, and I would need to like read about it. But I remember hearing that on like Radio Lab.
The only thing
or-
that fucks with you, though,
No,
is
the
have you
fuck I
seen
heard
what
it.
happens to astronauts that spend a ton of time in the space station when they come back to Earth?
they're withered.
That they can't walk?
They're withered.
Yeah, no, you lose a lot of bone density and
But I
muscle
think
mass.
maybe that's why. Maybe they can't fully recreate the atmosphere. It's just enough for you to live there.
But what's happening to them is gravitational problems. Remember that
That
they're...
might be the same thing on Mars.
But we'd figure
Maybe
out...
you can't create
but,
a perfect
but
gravitational.
But Mars has its own gravity. And since Mars is so similar to the size of Earth...
But it's lighter. It has less gravity than Earth, I think.
But a little bit, but barely.
Is it?
Yeah. Also,
Is it
listen,
barely?
by the time that we figure out how to colonize Mars, or start to colonize, I'm pretty sure we'll have figured out a way to make like a habitable zone that mimics the exact gravity of Earth when you're inside.
I would be very interested to find out if you were born on the moon, could you come to Earth?
Also, what happens if we make...
Also, how crazy would it be to come to Earth for the first time?
Like if
Like
you were
you're used
born
to
on the moon
You're used to seeing moon shit. You're used to seeing space.
and then come
Like
back
that's,
to Earth.
that's your norm. Your norm is I look outside
and there's
and
the
it's
Earth.
the blanket of stars. I look at it's the fucking Earth. It looks beautiful, but all you see is black and gray and space station. And like that's what you're used to.
And then you show up on Earth.
And then you show up on fucking Earth and they take you to a park. And then they take you to Niagara Falls. And then you go to the Grand Canyon. And then you go like
I think it would be
how
the...
mind blowing is Earth now?
I think it'd be the terrestrial equivalent of people that went to the moon for the first time.
Dude, that'd be so crazy.
Well, it's just all atmosphere. It's atmosphere adjustment. And I don't mean atmosphere as in breathing. I mean like the metaphysical. Like you come to Earth and you see the beauty of our planet.
But dude, animals.
Yeah. But what's to say that we don't have like some sort of like cool geodesic dome?
We would have to have a biodome
That
of
has
some
plants
sort
and
with
shit
plants
in
and
it.
animals for
Right.
sure. Because you would need to either farm animals.
Space snakes.
Fuck, we got space snakes. Dude, I bet
This is
someone
gonna
from
be
Miami
great.
would get up there and they'd probably bring like their bearded dragon or something and let it loose. And
Although
it'd
you know
fucking
for
cause an
sure,
infestation.
you know for sure the biggest thing Miami's gonna have is space cafecito,
Oh, space colada.
lunar colada.
Yo. What if they have a China? You think space would have a Chinatown? You think like the moon would have a Chinatown? Everywhere has a Chinatown.
Everywhere.
The space would have a
The
Chinatown.
Chinese will literally set up their own like habitable area that's just a market called Chinatown.
And it's everybody. They got pho.
They
got
sell
the
everything.
Vietnamese bros there. They got
Some
Korean
dim sum.
barbecue. They got dim sum.
Fuck yeah, all that and dim sum.
They got a sushi place. Man, that'd
Everything.
be so great.
It'd be
It'd be great
everything.
if like the moon colony was basically New York.
I feel like it would be. But then everyone would still be like moon rude. Watch your gravity field, you son of a bitch.
Man, hold the fucking space door. I said hold the space door.
Everything is space or lunar. You have or moon. You have to add that to everything.
Yeah, very unoriginal naming.
Motherfucking moon taxis.
Naming councils on the moon.
Yeah,
Would
pretty
it be a
much.
council, you think, on the moon?
Like that runs the moon?
Like a lunar council? Oh my god.
Wait, that runs
Dude,
the
my
moon?
dick wiggled saying that. Yeah, the lunar council?
I feel like it would be run from people here on Earth. I think that they're no. Hold on.
because we're gonna have an America, fucking Great Britain situation here.
You think
We're
the
gonna have a
moon-
colony?
You think the moon colony will eventually separate?
Who are you to fucking tell me anything?
I
Living
mean-
there on the fucking Earth.
Well, I mean, I can always stop sending you shit if you don't comply.
See, but now it's dark.
Yeah, but that's
That's
human
dark,
nature.
That's dark.
Tell me that's not a viable
You're gonna let
situation.
people die because you don't have control of them. There'd be a riot.
No, it's not necessarily control. Just listen.
Think of the protests.
You have a job. You have a mission. You have an objective. Why aren't you completing it?
You wouldn't have a lunar
Because
like a
now you know
lunar-
what's happening. Now the Space Force gets involved.
What if they make a lunar declaration of independence?
James, Moon Police.
Oh, but who did the moon police fucking abide
Whoop
by?
whoop. That's the sound of the police.
Whoop whoop.
That's the sound of the beast. Anyways, so
Can they be called the Moonanites?
the Moonanites.
But
He's
they wouldn't
suffering from a
fucking-
case of
They wouldn't
moonitis.
abide by the laws of fucking Earth.
Why not though?
They wouldn't abide by Tarian law. Because why the fuck would they, man? They're fucking moon police.
But what if your only source of
How long does it
supplies
take
is
before
the
moon
Earth?
pirates become a thing?
Oh, I am turning into the first moon pirate.
Oh,
I
you're
will
just
have my own
immediately
pirate
gonna
ship, and I'm just gonna orbit the moon, ransacking it.
Come on, how? That's such a fucking easy thing.
I can
to
be
gravitate
Harlock, the
toward.
space pirate.
You gotta be.
Can
be
I wear a
space
super
pirate.
ridiculous trench coat and a fucking dope haircut with a one scar across my eye?
You wouldn't be a space pirate if you didn't have all those things.
But I want to be a space pirate,
Then
James.
you gotta have all those things.
I'm gonna be a space pirate. That's
There
it.
you go.
I'm a space pirate. I'm changing
Fuck
my name.
the family. Fuck coming back to Earth. I'm
That's
a space
it. I'm a
pirate
fucking
now.
space pirate,
Oh my
sailing
God,
the
dude.
high solar seas.
Oh, on a solar sail,
Fuck yeah,
dude.
we're building, dude. That's it. We're space
Solar
pirates.
adventures.
Solar adventures in space with solar things.
We're dead by Neptune.
That's it. Dead by Neptune. That could be the name of our first pirate album. Dead by Neptune.
Did we just come up with the best Swedish metalcore band?
Dead by Neptune.
Dead by Neptune.
We need space shanties now.
Oh my god, dude. How do you stop space scurvy? Oh, limes. Still citrus. Still citrus. Vitamin C deficiency is vitamin C deficiency anywhere in the
Space
galaxy.
citrus. Neptunian oranges, my favorite.
I'm so fucking excited for space shit, man. You see, but I love talking about it because it's such an exciting thing to talk about.
Also, can we
in my opinion.
like kind of reel this back and just talk that we went through so many emotions and throw so many like stories and possibilities just because you bought a bowl?
Isn't that poetic though?
It is.
Because that's kind of what happens when you smoke weed. You kind of pontificate on like a really random thought.
I've never been high enough or long enough to actually have that because
Never been long enough? You're long enough. I believe.
I mean,
in
at
you.
5'10" with spindly long legs and arms, yeah.
You're long enough, buddy.
But I've only done it twice. One time I didn't inhale. No, I did.
You Bill Clinton did?
No, I did inhale one time, and it was from a
I
joint.
smoked, but
It was
I
one.
didn't inhale.
Like I literally just took one puff. I inhaled,
Uh-huh.
and instantly, like my stomach felt better. My like all my like intestinal like crap finally like subsided,
Mhm.
and I felt fine. I couldn't form a regular sentence. Like I kept having trouble finding the words.
Sounds about right.
And then after about 20 or 30 minutes, I was like, I need a nap. I wasn't paranoid. The nap felt great,
Yeah, no, for sure.
but I only dreamed in mathematical patterns that had formed themselves into Persian rugs.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. And I woke up feeling fine, but I was like, that was a weird like 2 hours that I slept there. And then the second time that I tried it, I smoked from a bowl. And
you didn't inhale?
I did. I took a man-sized hit.
Oh, okay.
I held it in,
A
and then I
Paul
blew
Bunyan
out.
style hit.
And as soon as I blew out, I was in a car with my friend.
Mhm.
Biggest dick move ever. He like wanted to smoke me out, as the kids say. I took one hit, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta go to work. Peace," and rode. and just left me there in my driveway. And I was like, okay.
Oh, but you're home.
I didn't make it to the front door before I had a panic attack.
Get out of here.
I
really?
literally got in bed. I pulled the covers up to my fucking face.
Buddy.
And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. How are we going to get out of this? When does this end? Am I going to be, is it like this forever? Am I stuck like this?
No,
Am I going to die?
Buddy.
And so the way I got out of it was building the most epic sandwich of all time. Like I thought of every ingredient I could think of. And I just went over my head how I was going to make it, the prep, where I was going to buy stuff, how much of it I was going to buy, the assembly.
This is like a perfect Stoner's Hero story.
And then I just knocked out. Like I passed out. And I let, like Dune, I let the fear pass over me.
So you ate a fucking Marmaduke size.
I didn't eat anything.
Scooby-Doo size
I
sandwich.
just said it out loud. Like,
oh, you didn't fucking make the sandwich?
no, there was no sandwich. I was in bed just like, like freaking out.
Oh man, that sandwich would be great.
Yeah, until I knocked out. And when I woke up, I was like, okay, not high anymore. I think I'm all right. And I've never touched this stuff ever
That's
again.
so dick. Because, so, first of all.
I love him, by the way. Like, he's a
people,
great guy. I was the best man at his wedding, and I love him.
I'm sure you didn't think you were going to have a panic attack.
No, Chris, if you're listening to this, no hard feelings, bro. That was a really fun incident. Notice how I use the word incident, not hang
experience.
out. No, yeah, incident.
So, because for everyone that doesn't know, Eli can't drink alcohol because he has like IBS. So if he drinks alcohol, his body exposed.
I also can't get drunk, apparently. Like, I just throw it up. I just blah.
Okay, well, that's horrible. So I would figure like marijuana would be like a way to alleviate yourself from the regular pattern
It calms
of thought.
down. Listen, aside from the panic attack that I had the second time and the
because
weirdness.
you weren't used to being stoned. Yes.
And the weirdness of the first time, the only
super
constant.
tick, you can't do that.
Yeah, the only constant was that all my stomach pains went away instantly. It was like a switch had been turned off.
And your mind works different. Like your thought process is different. That's why it's hard to form sentences because your brain's not working.
I was going to say, because like, I don't think I was conscious long enough either time to really think about my thought process. Mm-hmm. But I've been told, like back in high school and like in my early college years, I was told constantly by a lot of my friends who were really into smoking that they're like, yo, I would love to hang out with you when I'm high because you would have such great conversational topics. And I was like, yeah, I guess. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if I'd get as much from it as you would.
Oh, no, not at all. You definitely be the giver in that situation.
Yeah, they're the takers. 100%.
Yeah.
But now as an older person, I'm like, yeah, okay, why not?
You're the settler.
Yeah, if you wanted to get fucking high as shit and talk to me about space or whatever the fuck it is you want to talk about, let's do it.
I mean, at this point in my life, I don't get like stoned like that. I mean, unless I do like,
no, I know,
like
but I'm
dab
just
or something like. No, right. But like to really like, oh yeah, fuck.
Whoa, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like coming off of an edible as we record this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we went to the beach.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
No, I mean, listen, and I got asked about this at work the other day, and it was like one of my coworkers was randomly asking me like, how do you feel about like, what are your thoughts on weed? And I was like as a plant, or are we talking like as like a medical substance?
As a substance on Earth.
Right. So he's like, no, like, what do you think about like the whole thing with like medical marijuana and CBD oils and all that stuff?
It's like the political aspect.
Right.
Of it.
And I told him, I'm like, it's the next logical step in the evolution of mankind's dominance over where it lives and the things that it eats and uses. Like, that's kind of what happened with things like cocaine. Cocaine's always existed. Like the coca plant has been around for probably longer than humans have been around.
Cocaine's still used. Medical cocaine is used for ocular surgery.
Right.
It's the best numbing agent.
But we still use it. And it was just a process of discovery, refinement, and understanding. And it's the same thing with marijuana. It's just becoming more acceptable now socially.
I want to read more about like the social...
It's just a plant, by the way.
Negative. No, of course
it's just a fucking plant.
That has uses. Like
Absolutely.
That has a lot of uses that were being ignored for so long because like the propaganda against it for
of course,
so long.
But not even just like the medical uses. Like
the fact that it's still a type 1 is insane to me.
It's
the fact
absurd.
that it's a class 1 fucking narcotic is insane.
It's absurd.
It's the same as fucking meth.
Class? No, it's Schedule 1, right?
Schedule, yeah.
That's a Schedule 1 controlled
which makes
substance.
no sense to me.
But no,
What's schedule?
What schedule? Is it a school
the
schedule?
That no one gets to fucking use.
Apparently, that's the zero fun schedule.
Yeah, the no fun schedule at all times.
But I mean, it can be used for medical reasons. It can be used for
many medical reasons.
Many medical reasons. It can be used for enjoyment purposes, like entertainment.
THC,
also
and
hemp.
CBD. THC and CBD as a combination, even for sleep. Mm-hmm. So THC is a very good chemical to help you fall asleep.
Question, because I am weed dumb. Okay. THC is the psychotropic component.
Correct.
And CBD is the
holistic
medicinal component.
Medicinal
okay.
component, yeah.
But they exist in
But
its
THC
natural
has
form?
some medicinal...
Sure.
aspects to it, but it's more psychoactive.
But in their natural form, like a marijuana plant that grows and the bud grows,
they either have
they
CBD.
exist at the same time.
They won't. One plant will have CBD, one plant will have THC.
Is that because we've done that, or that's how it exists?
That's how
in
it
nature?
exists. I think it's based on its gender.
Like there are some strains.
I think
that just
you want
naturally...
you need female plants, and male plants are CBD with hemp,
Okay.
and then female plants are
The
are
ones
THC.
that produce the smokable stuff.
The
Okay.
THCs. Well, you could smoke CBD too.
Oh, okay.
But now, usually, like there's a combination in the strains too. Like you can have CBD and THC.
Also, the delivery systems that some of these like medical marijuana companies have come up with, how they've come up with like topical like creams, oils, fucking suppositories.
I have my
like,
CBD. My CBD is oil. I put it under my tongue. But it's great because THC puts me to bed, right?
Mhm.
And then CBD, but THC is not great for activating REM. So if you just like smoke, right, and it's just THC, or you take a gummy or an edible or whatever, it'll put you to bed, which is nice, but it affects your REM sleep. So you don't REM as easily. You don't go into that full REM sleep. But CBD offers very good REM sleep
So
activation.
you fucking knock out.
So THC to go to bed, CBD to put you in REM. It is a little harder to wake up in the morning because you are in a very deep REM. I am already a deep sleeper. I don't need that. I try to take CBD in the morning, not at night, because I'll just fucking never wake. I'll never wake up. I'll just be a corpse basically. But like you'll be a little groggy, but once you're up, you're up. But you sleep so well. It's like a game changer on the sleep department. It's so good.
I sleep pretty good now. My whole thing with not wanting to do it is that I've always had this feeling of like not being in control if I do that kind of stuff, or like if I have some sort of like outside source that's helping me sleep or helping me stay calm, it's robbing me of my ability to do it my damn self.
So I have the same feeling when it comes to painkillers like Tylenol, Advil. I normally
My dad's the same way.
If I have a headache, I don't do that. Your body can very much take care of that.
And my dad, when I say he's the same way in that like he doesn't like taking painkillers because he says, and now that as I'm getting older, I agree with him that in some instances, painkillers are a bad idea because they remove your body's ability to tell you if something's still wrong or not.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, he's like, it's fine if you've got like a broken leg or something and you've got it in a cast. Like, yes, please take painkillers. They're going to improve your quality of life, you know? But if you like sprained your ankle or something, just ice it. Maybe take a Tylenol, but ice it.
My family's very big on like, oh, you have a headache? Here's Motrin. And it's like, if you allow your body to become dependent on that to alleviate certain ailments, it will be dependent on that every time.
Right.
And your headache won't go away till you have that substance, because
Which
now that's what it uses. Also, ibuprofen, stop taking ibuprofen. It's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory that causes inflammation. Stop doing it. I'm not even kidding. Like if you have like a bone or muscle pain, Aleve is just fine. It's heavy on the liver, so be careful. But like ibuprofen's fucking, dude, people pop ibuprofen like it's candy.
Yeah, they really
and I'm like,
do.
fuck. But I feel like it would have been more, or it would have been better for like the development of like a pot smoking routine for you if it's small dosage in a very like safe place for you, like your home where you're very comfortable. Not like a lot of people, maybe like one or two people you trust, and not getting like super messed up, like maybe taking a hit or two, experiencing, because it's honestly all it is when you're in an altered state, when you're in an altered mental state. It's weird. It's always going to be weird.
I don't like it. It makes me
It's
feel
always
like
gonna be
scared.
weird. But that's because you're fighting it, right? Because you're in that state and you're going, this isn't normal. This isn't normal. This isn't normal. Why
Yeah,
am I
I
like
hate
this?
that.
Why am I like this? Why am I like this? But you're freaking out about it. If you stop and go, I'm in a different state, that's fine. I'm not in danger. I'm not going to die because I'm in a different state. I'm just thinking differently. Just allow that to take over and go, okay, well, let's see what this different thinking does.
The closest I've ever gotten to that, I would probably tell you, would be about a year ago. I was dealing with some depression and some inappropriate thoughts, which not only to you, but also to our listeners, I also want to make it a point that when we do come around to these subjects, there's zero fear about talking about like mental states and, you know, like any sort of mental illness or anything that's gone through our heads before, because I don't want to stigmatize it. Like, I'll say it right now. I've had thoughts of hurting myself.
Yeah, everyone's had thoughts of suicide.
But
probably.
like, I've had periods where they've been really like prevalent, where like it's every day, multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And last year I was dealing with it kind of heavy because I was in a sort of a shitty place.
I mean, it also, by the way, it's a real thing. Like,
yeah, it really happens.
This,
and it's
this
okay.
happens to people all the fucking time.
It's okay.
Yeah,
by
and
the
it's
way.
okay to have that thought. And it's okay to talk about it.
If you're listening to this, by the way, and you're having those thoughts, please reach out to somebody and get some help. You know?
Yeah,
like
a
there's
hotline,
a
anyone.
hotline. I mean, we'll probably post in the show notes for you guys to read. We'll post information for.
We'll post
like,
the number to a suicide hotline.
yeah, like the
for
National
sure.
Suicide Prevention Hotline and all that stuff. But like, just talk to somebody. I mean, even if you don't have anything to say, just have somebody sit there and listen to you. If you can't afford healthcare, just talk to a friend, talk to a family member, a coworker, somebody that you trust, and just have them listen to you.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself. Literally, talk to yourself out loud. Do it while you're doing the dishes or while you're doing laundry. If you have the energy and the wherewithal to do it, do it. Go outside, be around nature, like all that stuff. But last year, I was going through that. It kind of really sucked. And I decided to get back into meditation and yoga. More meditation than yoga, because yoga I'm really lazy about. But the meditation is
I have
easy.
to move my body. No thanks.
Yep. I'm going to sit right here.
Goodbye.
But I started to meditate.
Okay.
And I did traditional meditation and, like, you know, the lotus pose and everything where you sit like
Nice.
Indian style and all that shit.
You touch your dick to your toes.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I started with 5 to 10 minute intervals every day. And eventually it jumped up to like 30 to 45 minute sessions. And I got sort of in touch with like a place in my head where I found a safe space.
Oh, nice. So it was like your own little palace.
Right. But my safe space is weird because it's outside and it's very specific.
It's not weird. It's just your space.
It's like a field behind my grandparents' old house. And every time I'm there, it's fenced. Like there's only one way in and there's more than one way in. But it's fenced and I can still like, you know, like it's kind of like being a kid again. Like I can sort of like see the backyard, like my grandparents' backyard, like the little fence.
Yeah.
And I can hear them.
In the
I
backyard.
don't hear words. I just know the noise I hear is coming from them.
Yeah.
But it's always super bright and sunny with only a few clouds. It's like 72, 73 degrees. It's nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a nice breeze. The grass is just high enough that it's like almost up to my shin.
So like a Sam Rockwell painting or a
Pretty
Norman
much.
Rockwell painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just this beautiful, picturesque.
Yeah. But there's always this like tree that I go to and I sit down at that tree. And like while I'm meditating physically here, like on earth, in my head, that's where I'm meditating. And especially when I was having like really like shitty dark times, and I'd go to that place to like calm down and be like, hey, it's fine. Like
SDTs.
Like this is gonna pass. What is an SDT?
A shitty dark time.
Oh, okay, yes. That's what we're gonna start calling
Came down
them from now on.
SDTs.
My grandfather, who passed away when I was like I think 16, was super close to. He'll walk out there, and he won't really say anything, but I get that sort of vibe like you're fine. Like, you're okay. It's perfectly normal to feel the way you're feeling.
He's
Don't
there to
worry
like
about
console you.
it. Yeah, like it's
Like
usually
that.
just kind of like a hand on your shoulder
It's
to
a
be
reassuring
like,
figure.
you'll be fine. You'll get through it. Don't worry about it, mijo. Like, it's okay. And that's like, I've made it a point now where it's like a switch. Like, I did it so many times that now that's where I can go in my head. And you've probably seen me do it when I'm at like a social function with you and you see me get quiet instantly and I just kind of like staring off. That's where I am right now. I'm going in there for a quick reset just to be like, okay, I'm all right. Let's go.
That's something I
this.
want to get into in like in another episode at some point is like your bouts with anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I think
they can be
I think
pretty
it's
shitty.
and I think it's really common. And I think it's even more common now in like this era we live in of like social media and like, I don't know. I feel like the social space is it's just different. It's a different thing to traverse. I think people have less practice at it.
We're getting better.
I think we are. But I mean, even if you...
The fact that it's becoming less stigmatized too and it's becoming a normal thing to talk about your feelings out loud and even through social media, it's like you're not alone. Like if you really think that the depression you're going through, the anxiety, if you really think you're alone, go on the internet for 10 minutes.
Oh, for sure.
Go on Twitter, go on Instagram, go on Reddit, go on Facebook and just be like, hey, has anybody else ever felt this?
But
and
I also feel like
you'll be bombarded by people just affirming your thoughts and telling you like,
Or
I've been there,
shitting on
done
you.
that.
Or shitting on you.
Or shitting on you.
Posted
Fucking
too close to fortune.
roasting you.
But there's also like a loneliness to the internet too. Like there's in a loss of conversational ability. Like I feel
You
like
think so?
we've become better conversationalists doing a podcast.
We have.
And not to say that we weren't good like to begin with,
But we're
like
polishing it. We're getting way better.
very much like we're not talking over each other. We're giving ourselves or giving each other time to really, kind of express the full thought and not just jump in with the next thing you want to say. It's like, hey, like, you know, speak your mind, get it all out. So it's, I don't know. I think there's like a level of that.
But you're right. There is now that you mentioned, there is a certain level of loneliness to the internet, specifically social media. But the internet it's a cold place sometimes.
It is.
Like, it's a cold, calculating robot place. But at the same time, it can be a beautiful, like, warm,
beautiful
like, loving place where there are some people that, like, that's their happy place, is going on the internet and just talking to strangers or talking to their friends.
There's corners of the internet that are beautiful. Communities that are beautiful. But
absolutely.
But there's an episode later on that we'll definitely get into that and, like, anxiety and bouts of anxiety and how you deal with it, because I think it's really interesting. And
I don't know if it'll be the next episode.
But no, not the next one. No. We'll plan it out, because I think it'll be, you know what? Maybe I'll, like, interview you.
You could. I'd be down.
That'd be cool to, like, get a deeper dive into, like, because I think, honestly, I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to, is having that level of anxiety, like, in large groups, and not being able to, you know, deal with, like, all that stimuli at one time, and having to find a happy place and do, like, there's a lot of people who are where you were 3 years ago, where like that happy place didn't exist for you yet, and, like, you didn't have as many means of dealing with it. You had different means of dealing with it.
Right.
So I think that'd be really.
I'd be super down.
But
did we have? Did you have anything else you wanted to ask and or say?
I did not. I think that was it for me. I don't have a would you rather. Is there a would you rather this time around?
I can definitely come up with one right off the top of my head if you give me about 15 seconds.
We can do a quick one. We'll do a quickie. A quickie would you rather.
Quickie would you rather. All right.
I'll give you time. It's going to seem like a second to you all because the magic of editing. But in all reality, you're never going to hear this. Why? Because Millie's going to cut it out. Why? Because she's amazing. And I just want to say, Mills, you're great. Even though you don't toot in front of people, you're great. But we all know you fucking do it. You're a dirty farter like the rest of us. So as Eli looks for a would you rather topic to fucking throw out really quick before we end this episode, I just want to say again, we're very appreciative to everyone who listens. And please leave a review. Leave a written review. Let us know if you like it, if you don't like it. Follow us on Instagram so that way you can, we post on there all the time. You can talk to us there and communicate with us there. Your voice and your opinion matters to us. You know what I mean? Whether it's positive or negative. I mean, don't shit post. I mean, it's going to happen because the internet. Now that I said don't do it, you're probably going to do it. But let us know, man. There's so much that we want to cover and we want to do, and we want to know how you like it.
Are you ready?
I'm so fucking ready.
This comes from a 4-year-old, by the way.
From a 4-year-old?
Yeah. Get ready for the fucking nightmare that this is.
Jesus Christ.
Would you rather never be able to wear clothes or always have itchy allergy eyes?
Oh my God. First of all, this 4-year-old's life is difficult.
It's a hard life.
They've seen some shit. You have to always be naked or always have itchy allergy eyes? Naked. I can't do that allergy eye bullshit. No, fuck that. Your eyes are always puffy and fucked up? No. You're always itchy? I'd go crazy. I'll join a nude commune.
With my non-itchy allergy eyes.
With my non-itchy allergy eyes that fucking work perfect.
However, loophole in that one, I don't think that 4-year-old knows that there's such a thing as Claritin. I mean, granted, now you got to pop a Claritin for the rest of your life, which is,
Dude, but does it even take it all away?
I don't know. I don't think the 4-year-old thought that far into it.
I think the 4-year-old posed probably one of the best would you rathers. I honestly would go naked.
I have one more for you, though.
I'd go nakies. What is it?
Would you rather fight 200 third graders or a bear that has sharks for arms?
God, wait, what? The graders?
Yeah, the third graders.
Well,
but you have to fight them off like Matrix style. Like they're coming at you like all the Smiths.
Okay, but what do I get to fight the bear with? Do I have weapons?
I will give you a bow staff.
Wow. Really? A bow staff? The kids. For sure, the kids. I'll murk those kids.
The bow staff is made of balsa wood.
I'll murk those kids. Because I can still use it as a stabbing instrument.
I like where your head's at.
Because it still has the structural integrity to fucking do damage like that.
I'm glad that not only did we go from space, but we're ending on stabbing kids with balsa wood.
Oh, yeah. Just fucking, just ruining their lives. Ruining them.
Honestly, I think I'd almost want to fight the bear with shark arms.
Dude, you're definitely dead.
Think about this, though.
What kind of bear is it?
It's just a bear. A grizzly.
You're dead.
No, listen
You're
to me.
dead if it doesn't have shark arms.
Listen to me.
You're more dead if it doesn't have shark arms.
Think about this. It's got shark arms, right? How can it actually run?
What kind of
can't.
sharks does it have?
We won't go great whites because that's what everyone thinks. We'll go with something really fast and pointy like Makos.
It would obviously be able to run.
How would it run?
It would have to.
No way.
Then how would it ever have gotten to adult size?
Fine, it can run at a decreased speed. Because think about it, how do you get a shark to go away? You bop it in the nose. If this thing runs, every time it runs, it bops the fucking shark arms
Okay, but
in
wait,
the
are
nose.
these sharks sentient?
Yes.
Are these sharks separate beings from the bear? It's like a weird
They are. There's a
kind of
chimera.
Dr. fucking... What's his name?
The
Dr.
island of
Moreau?
Dr. Moreau, yeah. I'd fight the fucking bear with shark arms. Because all I have to do is
man.
it's never going to catch me.
It's a third graders? Do you
Don't get me
understand
wrong,
what
hold on.
one movement can do to a third grader? One fucking
However,
quick-
don't get me wrong. Fighting 200 third graders would be fucking amazing.
Oh my God,
It'd
dude.
be super fun. And mind you, if it's no, like, full contact, like, I can deck one of these
Dude,
dudes
it's
as
one hitter
hard as
quitter
I
on each
want.
of them.
Yeah, no, I'm
Look, you're going to get tired.
right. Okay,
You're going to
listen.
get through 30
Before
of them.
somebody makes a phone call about us abusing children.
You're going to get through 30 of them. No, fuck that. We're going all
All right,
all
fine.
board
Go,
of
go,
this.
go, go,
But
go.
I would wreck these kids.
What happens after 30?
30, you're starting to get tired of 30.
Okay.
You're starting to wear
you
down a
still
little
have
bit.
like 200 something plus of these fuckers.
What are you talking
to
about?
go.
You said 200 third graders. We have 170.
Fine. Sorry, yeah, it was 200 third graders.
So
Sorry.
170 third graders left. And you have a staff, so you can use it to keep them away, right? And then you could just be donkey horse kicking them in the face because they're perfect level to fucking horse kick them.
True.
You're just destroying these kids.
Also, they have no tactics or like.
What they do have now, no, I'm thinking that these third graders are cannibalistically out for your blood.
Holy shit.
I mean, they're not going to just be regular third graders. They can't be because then they just run away the second you hit one of them.
This is true.
They have to be in some kind of frenzy like piranha.
Okay.
So their goal is to murder you.
All right.
Oh wow! Wait, hold on. 200 in like enthusiastic,
Mur-
motivated third
murderous
murder
third-
graders.
That bear's starting to look real good, huh?
Shit, maybe the shark arms are good.
Done told you, son.
God, it's 200 of them. That's a lot. That's a lot of little fuckers.
Yeah.
God, but I just feel like I could do so well against them.
Listen, we'll go with just average angry third graders. They don't have to be cannibalistic or murderous. They're just angry at you.
Do you remember the kids from Hostel that needed candy as payment or they'd kill you?
From what?
The movie Hostel?
I haven't seen Hostel since it came out.
Oh, come on, you don't remember it frame by frame?
No.
It's one of the greatest films ever made.
All I remember was some Asian lady getting her eye, like the eyeball cut off.
Oh, and then she jumps in front of a train. Spoilers
Yeah.
for Hostel. So there are these kids. It's like these gang of kids in Eastern Europe, in the place where Hostel's taking place.
Right.
And you need to pay them candy as like a toll.
Or
They murder you. Wow. They beat you to death.
that is some Lord of the Flies shit.
And they're like 8-year-olds. So I'm thinking those kind of kids. Like a gang of 200 kids. A super pack, if you will.
I'm starting to think maybe I should give you a bow staff made out of like oak.
They would be helpful.
I actually, at this point, I might actually just give you a radio so you can fucking call in, like, I don't know, like an airstrike from an A-10 and just strafe those fuckers.
That or maybe like a spear.
But that's it. Once you use the spear, I mean, unless you hold it, you don't fucking javelin that shit. What,
No,
you gonna
we couldn't.
kebab 14 third graders?
All right, well, on that note.
On that note, I think we're done here.
Yeah, it's it's time to close up shop.
Yeah,
It's
that's
time
it.
to close up shop.
Everybody take your fucking purchases to the front.
As always, please come back in 2 weeks for another episode of Dairy Isle. We hope you enjoyed it. There's a podcast where you can find ridiculous topics
And brutally
average-
handsome men.
and average, brutally handsome men.
Average, brutally handsome men. I didn't know we could be both.
Please, again, follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Rate us on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you're
Yes.
listening to this.
Please.
But actually, wherever you're listening to us on,
Yes.
delicious. I love it. Keep
absolutely.
doing that. I really do love it.
If you have access to iTunes, though.
But now, if you can go to iTunes and leave a review on iTunes, specifically iTunes, please do that because it really helps.
a ton.
It really helps with visibility on
Yeah, it really
iTunes,
does.
and it's like the fucking great library of podcasts. So you can follow us there at Dairy Isle, the Dairy Isle on Instagram.
Yep.
And we'd love to hear from you. Write to us. Tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Comment on the posts that we make and stuff like that so we can at least get some feedback.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Take your purchases to the front. We fucking love you. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your Memorial Day.
You don't have to go home. But you got to get the fuck out of here.
Yup.
We'll see you next 2 weeks.
Yeah, next 2
We'll
weeks.
see you next bye week.
Next by week.
We'll see you next fortnight. Ooh.
No, because
We'll see you in a fortnight.
you're right. But there's also a video game.
You right.
We should leave. Goodbye.